Hey, folks, welcome to Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA.
Oh, and here we are to bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day off the AFA way. We are here to truly decrease stigma around what it means to feel good and get high, hence the H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing. So you want to start off your day the AFA way. That is why we are doing this. So Mark, in case people have forgotten what AFA means, I'm going to let you take it over.
AFA is simple. You're absolutely fucking amazing, exactly as you are. We all start the journey as tiny little babies, fresh out of the womb, without any negativity at all, and everything's just happiness and bliss. And then shit gets piled up on top of you, experiences over time, some good, some bad. And this whole story gets put in place. And sometimes the story is you're not enough, you're not good enough, you need to be better. Guess what? It's all just bullshit. You're absolutely fucking amazing, exactly as you are. And so we're here to remind you every weekday.
Yep, every single day. Join us and Mark.
Yeah.
Today is a very special day. I'm going to.
Yeah, here we are, Monday, January 11th. Holy cow.
111. So 111. Okay, that's a master number. If anyone's into numerology or spiritual principles, I love the 111. So it's truly a master number. It brings in, for me anyways, it's just a reminder to me that we are all connected and we are all one. So it's just, yeah, I'm a little swami today. Did some meditating this morning.
Yeah, me too. So here we are. Let's start off with the daily love. So, on Mondays, I typically do reading from a landmark book because, I just love that landmark teachings and kind of understanding of the world, understanding of what it means to be human. Really, really enjoy that. So today's was about past, present versus future present and how to reverse the flow. So what that means is we're wired, we live our lives as looking at the past, predicting what the future events are going to be like 2 minutes from now or whatever it might be, right? What's my life going to look like in 2021? Well, I'm going to take everything that I've done in the past. This happens automatically. And I'm going to drag it into the now and say, this is what, I'm going to predict what's going to happen based on what's happened in the past. It's totally human. The problem is you're living in the past. Like the circumstances of today are not what happened in the past, but that's how we're wired. So how do you get out of that? Talking about it and recognizing that that's how it works, right? And being able to, in the moment, actually see it in play and say, oh, this is me just looking at the past, predicting what's going to happen. Guess what? Might not happen. I mean, I've had failures or I've had experiences in my life that I wish had gone in a different direction, right?
Oh, me too. Absolutely. Yeah.
But I can either look at those and say that's what's going to happen every time, I get into, let's say, every time I get into a relationship, this is how it's going to go.
Right.
Because this is what's happened in my past and I'm destined to just live that.
And so here it is too. So say, for example, if you had something that happened in a past relationship that didn't feel good and you weren't able to process that emotion, right? If you get triggered in the new relationship, you automatically think that the same story from the past is going to recirculate.
It automatically happens like that.
Right? And it's basically, what is that? Who's talking to us? Not our spiritual selves.
No.
Truly, right?
Our human selves, our automated human selves.
And we have to love that part of us too.
And it happens automatically, Sherry. And you know what? We our brains are scanning the horizon for evidence of something that happened in the past is going to happen again. It's like that lion is over there by the watering hole. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Here it is. So here's the other thing. Make friends with that lion, right?
Yeah.
So you make friends with your shadow human self. You love
Mhm,
it. You embrace it. And
mhm.
guess what? Cannabis helps.
Yes.
It totally helps.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it totally
Yeah.
brings our consciousness to a new place. It helps us with neuroplasticity. So things that didn't make sense can make sense. Cannabis helps us pull out of the story to look at things
Neuroplasticity, new neural connections, not those same old pathways that we have in play all the time.
all the time.
We get to have new
Absolutely.
ones. Say what they are.
Yes. Say what they are. So,
Yeah.
what is your word of the day and health tool of the day? Well, I'm going to talk about our health tool, my health tool, a little bit later, like when we talk about
Yep,
our subject,
yep.
anyways. But I'll tell you my word of the day.
Mhm.
So, my word of the day, so I was going to go through the alphabet. I started on Friday and the word was Ananda for
Mhm.
Anandamine.
Mhm.
And so today I'm going to use B words. And the first word that came to mind was bliss. And then it tied back to Ananda. So bliss, be bliss. Anandamine is the molecule that we make in our body. It's part of our endocannabinoid
Our
system.
internal
We,
cannabinoid system.
yes, our internal endogenous cannabinoid system,
Mhm.
anandamine, is that
Mhm.
molecule that circulates, that activates those receptors, that allows this plant to bring homeostasis or balance. So I'm like, that brings bliss because it makes us feel good. So how can I today? So I'm thinking with the date being 1/11.
Yep.
So 1/11, if I see any ones today, I'm just going to remember that word bliss, right? Anandamine brings bliss. So I can think with the one whole mind, body, spirit. So that's my,
Love it.
yeah, yeah. How
Love
about
it.
you?
Oh, mine is gonna be acceptance. I'm just gonna sit in whatever I'm experiencing at that moment. I'm just gonna accept it and sit in it for a moment.
Yep.
Just experience it
Yes. Experience it as it is. Accept
as
what
it
is.
is.
Here's the thing too. Sometimes I'm not going to lie. I have
Mhm.
issues with acceptance because I want it to be different. I want it
Yeah.
to be my way. So,
Mhm.
if you can't accept what is, accept the fact that you can accept it. And that
Yeah.
even changes your mindset.
I lo
So,
you know what? Yeah, I got this from I'm in this mindfulness and meditation teacher training program. I'm just gonna start to kick it off in February. Part of the prerequisite is I have to do this online course and it was about sitting in whatever it is. Like if I'm bored, well, God damn it, I better be the best bored I've ever been. Like sit with bored. Because when you're bored, what do? You go to the fridge, you eat, you turn on the TV, you do something to distract yourself from the boredom. You know what? Just sit in that boredom and be as the best bored person you can be, right? Just accept it. It's okay. So what happens is it dissipates. Like you're in it. It's
yeah,
like, okay.
it's not so bad after all. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
I say boring is good, seriously, especially with
We try
what's
to
going
we all have to be on all the time, right? It's got to be on. I got to be doing something all the time.
yeah.
It's not
And
really
so
the case. It's okay to just
be,
be.
be absolutely. So
All right. So here we are, Monday, Motivation
Motivational
Monday.
Monday. Exactly. So what motivates us as cannabis nurses? Why are we doing this? Why are we showing up every day from 8 to 8:15 to
Or
motivate
8:30.
you? Or 8:30? Yeah, actually, yeah, we do go a little over. But anyway, so the bottom line is this is what motivates us. This is what
Mhm,
motivates me is I never learned about the endocannabinoid system. I've been a nurse for 32 years. It's a
mhm.
really long time. And I only learned about it in 2012, the
Yeah.
beginning of 2012.
Mhm.
So basically, the
Passionate.
National Council, yeah, the National Council State Boards of Nursing provides the NCLEX exam for nursing licensure in all states. It's what we all take to become nurses.
Mhm,
So in 2018, and this is what was my coming out of the closet when I found this out. The
mm.
National Council of State Boards of Nursing in 2018 put out a call to action into the Journal of Nursing Regulations. And they identified 6 essential areas of knowledge about cannabis that all nurses, nursing students, and advanced practice nurses must know. So Mark, let's go over those 6 essential areas.
Okay, so number 1, the nurse shall have a working knowledge of the current state of legalization of medical and recreational cannabis use. And we'll be reviewing each state, and we need to remember that info is going to be constantly changing, as we evolve with this plan. It's just going to be that way. Number 2, the nurse shall have working knowledge of the jurisdiction's medical program. Jurisdiction is the power to exercise authority over persons and things in a territory. Like, you need to know what it is in each state, really, where you're working at. Number 3, and this is the one we'll focus on, the nurse shall have an understanding of the endocannabinoid system, cannabinoid receptors, cannabinoids, and the interactions between them. Fascinating stuff, by the way.
Favorite subject.
Number 4, the nurse shall have an understanding of cannabis pharmacology and the research associated with the medical use of cannabis. Number 5, the nurse shall be able to identify the safety considerations for patient use of cannabis. And number 6, the nurse shall approach the patient without judgment regarding a patient's choice of treatment or preferences in managing pain and other distressing symptoms. So Sherry, let's review number 3.
Okay, number 3. Number 3 is for me. So as you guys, let me just look up here. Let's look up at my umbrella. I'm going to get there. So when I teach about the endocannabinoid system, it is such an abstract concept. We've got human diagrams, there's lines, there's dots, there's this, there's that. And so when I'm educating patients, I want them to really understand the interconnectedness of the endocannabinoid system, and that the master regulatory system is the endocannabinoid system.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, so how can I teach that? So I thought of an umbrella. It just kind of made sense to me. All of the spokes of the umbrella are our different organ systems, our cardiovascular system, respiratory system, reproductive system, gastrointestinal system, mucoskeletal system, integumentary system, our immune system. So we have all of, so just this, our entire umbrella made up of these spokes that just keep us solid. And then the fabric, so there's different fabric pieces of the umbrella that actually attach to the spokes of the umbrella are those neurotransmitter signaling systems.
Right.
That give
receptors,
messages.
neurotransmitters, the biochemicals. That's how the cells talk. It's
how we operate. How we operate. So a couple of examples of other neurotransmitter signaling systems is the dopamine signaling, serotonin signaling, opioid signaling. And we have a lot of these other signaling systems, many more, that make up the fabric of the umbrella. So you go to the very tippy top of the umbrella, right? The endocannabinoid system is that master regulatory system that blankets on top of our entire umbrella. So cool, because we have receptors on all of the spokes of the umbrella and receptors on all the fabric pieces.
Right.
Very, very cool. So
Sherry, hold on a sec. So Kim said, asked the question, every nurse needs to know about this. Well, Kim, here's the reality. The National Institute of Health came out a while ago and said the endocannabinoid system is likely involved in every disease state.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a second. Like, every disease state involves the endocannabinoid system. So every nurse is going to know.
Yeah. So the education around the interconnectedness of our body and the endocannabinoid system is pretty much like depicted in the image of the umbrella, right? Because we see that every system affects all the other systems. The endocannabinoid system, if it's the master regulatory system, we're going to demonstrate through the course of this year with all of our shows, different conditions that people have, different subjects. Like we have health awareness months, okay, all throughout the year. So every health awareness subject that comes up, we can relate to the endocannabinoid system. There is a connection. And that's what we're going to be talking about, throughout the year.
Thanks, Sherry. Kim, it will be on the NCLEX at some point. There will be. That's the goal. That's the end goal. We'll start to teach it in nursing school. I mean, it's just the process is beginning. And Michelle, good point. You're right. There are a lot of folks still out there in the healthcare community. We're so early on that they're just not friendly with cannabis therapeutics. And you know what? That's why we're here. That's why you're here. That's what we're all about. We're moving this into mainstream medicine so that it is a viable option that's covered by insurance, that people can actually be empowered to choose.
Yes, and they can choose too. You know, that's the part that's so wonderful about this plant
Mm-hmm.
and herbs and the phytobotanical nutrients that make up this plant is that there's something for everyone. So if you want it, you can grow your own. There's cultivation. You can make your own medicine. You can purchase at a dispensary. You can there's so many different ways, and we like truly about decreasing stigma. So we can completely deschedule this plant. I mean, it really, it's an issue of freedom. It's an issue of taking care of ourselves. The endocannabinoid system is that master system.
Yeah.
So that whole umbrella, let's just get back really quickly because I just want to kind of people to get how the plant works in the umbrella. Yeah. So at the tippy top of the umbrella, we produce components in our body like the plant. This was the biggest shoe drop of my life when I learned this. The word anandamine, okay? The anandamine is the Sanskrit word for bliss. We make a molecule in our body just like the plant. Anandamine mimics THC. The molecular structure under a microscope is very similar, right? So anandamine and THC are very much alike. They work in the body the same way. They unlock the door to this neurotransmitter signaling systems, plug into the CB1 receptors to help keep our umbrella in balance. So it's an on-off switch. Something goes on in one of the spokes of our umbrella. The endocannabinoid system says, oh, time to turn on. Boink, turns it on. Messages go to the fabric of the umbrella to tell the fabric of the umbrella what to do or not do. Then it goes to the spokes of the umbrella. So you have to understand this is all happening at the exact same time. The on-off switch is going on and off all day to release these molecules, the anandamine and the 2-AG. So just think about it. If we don't make enough of our own, what happens? We don't get, right? We don't get rained on. Right? So that's the power of the plant. The plant comes into our body, showers on our umbrella, works, goes where it needs to go, does what it needs to do. We have a system that recognizes the plant, and the goal is to keep our umbrella going up and down nicely. So the cool thing, Mark, you and I both know, is that there are many different ways to nourish our umbrella, to nourish our endocannabinoid.
Not only cannabis, not only the wonderful plant, but there are other modalities that help to stimulate our endocannabinoid system. And one of several of those, a couple that we're using and we're getting ready to use, right, Sherry?
Absolutely.
The one we're using this week, and what we started last week, is hot cold therapy. So alternating hot and cold. So in Scandinavian countries, they're very well known for doing this, right? They have the saunas, and then you go out into the snow, or you have a cold dip tank. And so this is really a very proven methodology to live absolutely a healthier life, and your endocannabinoid system is firing the way that it should, right? It stimulates your endocannabinoid system. So what did I start doing last week, Sherry? Twice a day.
Twice a day. What was it like?
I take a shower and I alternate 10 seconds of hot and 20 seconds of cold.
So yeah,
I'll tell you that first 20 seconds of cold, babe.
I know. I gotta tell you, I only made it to lukewarm. Okay, so I was like, gosh, I said, you know what, I
slow
can't.
And easy, baby.
So I'll tell you what I did, because I was like, you know what, I want to get some cold on my body, so I took cold lotion. When I got out of the shower, I took cold lotion, and I was like, okay, God, I can't imagine. Oh my goodness. But
Can I tell you one of the things that happened, Sherry, is that after doing this for, the last 4 days or so, my thermoregulation is crazy better. Like I can go out into the cold, t-shirt, shorts, whatever, and my body's right. Like I'm not cold when I'm out there, right? It's nice. It's just a weird little thing that I noticed.
That's awesome. So that, you know what, that inspires me. You're bringing me hope and inspiration, so I can do this too. So I want to tell you what I did this morning. So I did the cold lotion again this morning, and I advanced to this cold lymphatic drainage. So this is nice and cold. I started massaging my face with it, so
Just start.
baby steps, just
Baby steps.
right. One
Just
lotion.
about doing it, right?
Exactly.
Just about
Exactly.
doing it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what
What's
did we
one of the
do?
other ways?
Okay, one of the other ways, there's a lot of other ways,
Yeah.
nutrition, diet,
Mhm.
movement,
Mhm.
meditation, breath work. So this was what has been blowing me away. Saturday morning, I woke up with Jamie and Mark, and they sat me in a little chair. Actually, we sat in a yoga position, and we
Mhm.
did the 44 breath meditation.
Yeah.
So I literally, when I wake up in the morning, because sometimes I need a little extra cannabis to sleep at night, which is okay. I'm a little foggy until I clear out, but the
Mhm.
breath work truly cleared out those cobwebs. It
Yeah.
provided just like I felt oxygen in all areas of my body. My body
Mhm.
heated up. I felt amazing mental clarity, felt alive. I felt focused. I felt energized, happy, blissful, and
Yeah.
grounded in the present moment. And then right after we did that, Mark, what did we do? We went outside in the freezing cold
Yeah.
and walked the farm.
Yeah. And
So
it was
it was
great. It was fabulous. What a great Saturday morning. It really was. This breath work, which I was introduced to a few months ago, it's just absolutely amazing. It
yep,
really is transformative.
transformative. So
Yeah.
we are offering that. We are
Yeah.
offering,
So the guy that I got introduced to, Jacques Terron, an amazing breathwork facilitator out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, originally from Australia, fabulous guy. He's been doing it 25 years. Just an amazing human being and a teacher, right?
yep,
We have a program starting on January 25th. It'll be Mondays and
okay,
Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's 75-minute practice. It's going to be via Zoom. It's only going to be limited to 30 people. And it'll be for 3 weeks. So it'll be 6 total sessions. We'll record everyone. They'll go into a Google Drive that we'll all have access to. Let me tell you, you want to transform your 2021. You want it to be the most magnificent year ever. Oh my God. Join us for this breath work.
yep. And the other thing,
You're going to be blown away. Like
you're going to
people
be,
are doing, there's a lot of talk. I'm sorry, Sherry, I keep jumping on
no,
you,
it's
but
okay.
people are
No, I
doing
want you to.
psychedelics right now, right? There's a lot of, psychedelic therapy being done. This is psychedelic therapy without the drugs.
Completely 100% agree with you on that. Like truly, it's almost as if these breaths blow open blow open areas of your brain
They
that have been
do.
dormant in a sleep. And
Mhm.
so you just think about the oxygen exchange. We want to get more oxygen to our cells. Oxygen keeps us alive. So just imagine really truly focusing on your breath
Mhm.
and right, the meditation, the mindfulness and the breath work.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. So, anyways, I truly am grateful that you introduced that to me. It is making a difference in my life. And listen, right now we need all the tools we can
We
get.
really do. So
You
this
know,
is all going to start on January 25th. Landing page is going up later on today, so we'll have all that information for you guys tomorrow.
yep,
Spread the word. Again, it's 30 people. We're going to be limited to 30, and it
limited
really
to
is
30.
going to change your life in the beginning
Change
of
your life.
2021.
So
Take you to
the
a
other
totally different place.
absolutely. And the other thing that we're offering too, I want to
Mhm.
thank the other green nurses, Carrie Lee and Denise and Michelle. We're offering a free 30-minute introduction to energy healing in a group setting. So we're going to have a little presentation on Reiki, reconnective healing, healing energy. So it's going to be a free introduction, and then you can experience some of these frequencies. So if you book your breathwork session with us, you're going to get a free energy healing session. So we're truly here to bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing.
Yes,
And if
we are.
you, yeah, if you or someone you love is suffering from chronic illness, chronic debilitating disease, chronic pain, or if you or someone you love is looking to incorporate plant medicine and other healthy modalities into their lives, or even if you're cannabis curious and you want to learn how to have an adult use experience in a safe environment, choosing the products that are appropriate for you, contact us at The Green Nurse. We're here to help.
We are.
www.thegreennurse.com.
And if you want to be one of those practitioners that helps people use cannabis in their lives in a healthy and safe and effective methodology, you want to understand what's going on in the endocannabinoid system, join us in our community. Join us and be a green nurse. Doesn't matter if you're a nurse or not. be one of the practitioners. You can be in any area of healthcare, helping people be healthy. We would love to have you join us.
Yep, totally would.
Mhm.
So, Mark, what kind of a day are we going to have today?
Oh, I'm going to have an AFA day, Sherry. I don't know about you. I'm inviting all of you to join me.
Yes.
And what's it all about?
Oh, Mark, it is truly about living your best life.
It sure is. All right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow.